that's gonna. I don't think so. But you can go to a different room and check it. Oh, I see. All this is like pre-recorded too, so you can't really like change it in the fly like this. Kind of just gonna. We got that. Yeah, I'm ready. During the game too, I'm gonna probably be asking you. I want to end up going through those 2 games that you sent, so I have them open. So here we go. This is it. Switch over. 30 seconds. Got this and just. Still got microphone sounds decent. Serious.
Which camera?
Oh, my tea is over there. Can you go grab my tea? It's this one. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode, episode 4 of Design with Us.
4, that's a lot.
That's right.
4 weeks. Let's go.
4 weeks. And we're excited today because we're going to show you some of the progress that we've made. And we are just going to continue the process of building out this roller world Roblox video game.
It's gonna be this episode. I'm looking really forward to this. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Hope you enjoy.
All right. So what we're going to do first is kind of do the lay of the lands, like where we left off. So I'm going to end up sharing my screen here in a second. And if this is your first time checking out Design with Us, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
We air every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And the sun's shining. It's beautiful out. I hope you had an amazing week.
Oh, yeah. Hit the sub button and like.
Yeah, definitely hit the sub and like button if you want to support the channel and support Jude and I's game playing and adventures here on our adventure to merge product design and game design into one.
And it's free.
And it's free and it's cool. So what we're gonna do is gonna go over to screen cap here, and what I want to show you first is our working file right now. And if you don't remember what we've been up to inside of Design with Us, last week we went through the concept, we went through the log line, we went through the key features of what we were doing, and now we're kind of jumping into this player experience. So when we think of player experience, what we're actually thinking about is the end-to-end flow for how somebody comes into the game and what they experience in the game. So what kind of emotions, what kind of actions are they going to take? What does that look like? And I think the first part of this is what I started to realize during the week when we were working on this was there's still a lot of logic and a lot of rules that still need to get worked out.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue doing that in the show. And if you have thoughts, comments, ideas, the way that this show works is that you can.
Your help makes it possible.
That's right. So if you have ideas or if you want to participate or if you have product design or questions about why we're doing certain things, by all means, please feel free to comment and we would be happy to answer that. And if you're checking this out after the live stream and you still have comments and questions, put them in the chat. We'll definitely still answer them because we like to answer them. So, all right. So let's just jump into this. Judy, do you have something?
What?
Did you have something to say?
No.
All right, cool. So let's carry on.
I'm gonna get Sun and drink.
Okay, cool. So just as a reminder, Roller World is the game that we're building, and Roller World is a roller blading adventure game that enables you to experience racing with friends for fun and for friendly competition, and that consists of a lot of different things. And when I say a lot of different things, I'm talking outfits, I'm talking pets, and I'm talking other delightful things that you could potentially do. And let's just actually look into that a little bit. So what you're seeing right here is a little bit of a breakdown of some of the player experience of what we are going to be working on today.
Oh yeah.
And some of that is, how's that water taste? Is that good? All right, cool. So what do I mean by this player experience? So let me just make sure we're all in view here.
Oh yeah.
All right. So when I'm playing a game or when I'm getting introduced to a game, there's certain things that we could just drop somebody into the game and just get them playing right away, or we can kind of walk them through how to play the game. So what we're thinking first is, what if there was a way to get onboarded into the game if you wanted to? And earlier in the game, we did have this concept, and I'll bring it over in the sketch here real quick, where we had the training room, and then we also had the help section. When you come into the game and you go to the help section, this is where you would basically be getting onboarded into the game. So if we jump back over into the screen, we want to make sure that when a user or when a player comes in the game, they can get help when they need it. So for example, I need help. I need blades. I need an outfit. I need a companion. I need some protection. When we say protection, I think what we were thinking about was like weapons and tools and other things that you would be using in the battle. And then accessories would be like any other things, like, you know, your Apple Watch, your super high-tech goggles, or whatever it may be, like that you can have inside the game. And we can make those things up later.
Hello, Bruno. Welcome.
Oh, hey, thanks for joining.
Hope you enjoy.
So some of the things that we were thinking about for this, like, are the different types and the different elements of the rollerblades. So, for example, let's just imagine that this circle is the area inside the Roblox game where you walk into the blade room. Like, imagine this little thing being the door.
Okay.
You come in, and then you see a giant room, a giant circle, and the circle is all the rollerblades being displayed that you can actually get. Now, some of them are locked, and some of them are open.
Yeah.
So you can't get all the blades that you want. You have to kind of level up to get the really, really nice ones, but you do automatically get a starter kit. So one of these could be our starter kit, and let's just kind of change that color to, what kind of color do you think we should change it to? This is going to signify,
orange.
okay. This is, go ahead.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
That's a little.
Red.
Yeah, there we go. There's orange. So this orange is signifying that this is going to be like our very first. Let me just bring my keyboard over a little bit more. The first set of rollerblades. All right, so that's that. So when they first come in, they're going to be able to pick from a user interface their first set of rollerblades. And this is going to be kind of like a delightful experience for them because it's the first time that they're getting, so maybe there's like celebration or maybe there's something to help them feel.
Yeah, we're gonna, because it's like kind of a stand, we're gonna make like fireworks, bam.
Ooh, fireworks, okay. Yeah. Here, I'm going to make a comment just so we know. Possibly some fireworks. What else, Jude?
Okay, fireworks and we could do fireworks.
Do they get points for showing up and for equipping themselves with their first set of rollerblades?
No, you don't get points.
No.
Well, we can make it where you get like you know, you get your rollerblades, you get your equipment, you get the starter equipment, and you're like, okay, I'm here. And then what?
So you're getting these things, and it's basically like, I think it'd be more like great selection.
Great selection.
Like we kind of encourage what they just did, and then are you ready? Or actually, it could be like each rollerblade comes with a special
ability.
Yeah. There's a little time delay on there. Okay, so each thing comes with a giant ability.
I have an idea. And then maybe you go like I don't know, and then there's like some shop in the middle of the blades, and that shop shows you like your abilities, like your jutsu, your quirks, your your stuff like that. So yeah, it's basically like where you buy it, you buy your abilities.
I see. So that's a good thing to call out, because in those abilities we have underneath these we have outfits, accessories, pets, and gear. So if you're in this room where you're getting to choose, like you're in the store where you're getting to choose like your blades, and this could like be one interface, like it doesn't have to be multiple interfaces, but in that interface when you choose your blades, do you think you need to be able to quickly toggle between, like, to see your outfits and accessories and pets and other things?
Yeah, you don't want to like have to walk through the thing, but no, yeah.
Right, so all these kind of need to be connected inside of that one, so it'd be like one store.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to call. So that's like a good decision that we just made that I think makes sense. One store. But I think how I'm thinking about it is from a processing perspective, like we're still going to need to build and code and design each of these areas where you could actually do that. For example, if this little box right here is like our GUI, our user interface.
Yeah. User interface.
Wow, I wish my iMac feels a little slow right now. So basically, like you come in and you have your interface. If there's like a screen, wow,
it's tough.
It's a little. Let me just actually go open
You go.
I'm just gonna open up my activity thing and see what's going on here.
Here we're going. Full screen,
Let's
so you
see
can
here.
see my amazing face.
Oh, okay. Ecamm, my live streaming software is kind of running pretty hard right now, but it's not that loud. Let me just force
Oh wait,
quit.
you have Roblox.
Yeah, I have Roblox open. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, that usually happens when I.
Is that happening for you when you have
Here,
Roblox
wait,
on?
go down.
What do you mean?
Put your mouse to the very bottom of your screen. Okay, yeah, close out of that. Yeah.
Well, while I have it open, I'll come back to this part of the screen because I do want to show the Roblox game. So maybe that's something we can kind of transition to. So as far as we have 49 minutes left of this show. What I want to do is I want to make progress on these specific elements, like kind of breaking out what this interface could look like as a very basic prototype. Like, okay, and our task at hand is to, so this is a really important part. Our task at hand is what would that experience be like? I come to the interface and I need to choose my blades, I need to choose my outfit, I need to choose my accessories, pets, and gear. And I need to do that in a really fast way. And I don't want to spend too much time because we want to get players into the game. We want them to start experiencing the game quick, right?
Yes.
Or is that not the case?
It's the case.
It's the case.
It's the
okay,
case.
It's the case. So
it's
we want
case.
them in the game. We want them driving. We want them like getting into the skating flow as quickly as possible. So we know that this is going to need to be an interface. So let me just I'll come back to this in a second with you, Jude. So we'll design that very shortly. So that's something what we're going to do today. We're also going to talk about a couple other things. We're going to talk about some of our learnings of the week when it comes to gaming and game design and how challenging this has been, but also how much fun it's been and how much learning we've had to do. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to show more of the mapping, which is similar to this when we're thinking about like all the different elements of the mapping.
Yes.
All right, so let's toggle back over. And Jude, this is where I'm going to want you to kind of drive through this game because there's two games that really inspired me. And here we go. I'm going to open it up on the screen. Roblox, and we're gonna reconnect.
Okay, you can go full screen.
And screen cap.
Cap.
And let's not make it full screen. Let's just go.
Can I have the mouse?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as you can see, it's probably.
So let's do our time timer, and let's spend. Do you think you can explain this game in like a couple minutes?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So this game. This is basically just a game you go to, maybe just to like chill. I don't know why. It's just like this thing looks amazing. Look how beautiful this looks. This is just insane. This game is like crazy nice.
So this is the best. These are the best graphics I've seen inside of a Roblox game. And then when Jude showed this to me today, I was a little blown away that this is actually possible inside of the Roblox ecosystem. There's better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
If at some point we can figure out how to get this type of quality and figure out like these textures and like how this is possible, this would be an amazing world to implement some of our game ideas and experiences to, especially when it comes to like the world of rollerblading and tools and weapons and the pets and all the things that we've been thinking about. So this was really inspiring to see. Is there any things that you can show like in the game, or is it like do you have to?
It's literally just this. It's amazing.
You just walk through the different areas. Okay.
Like it's butterflies.
Oh, they even have butterflies. Wow.
The details insane. This man wants to experience.
Oh, goodbye.
Good God.
All right, cool. So that's a really cool game. Let's check out the other one.
Can I leave?
Yeah.
Babe.
So that's a good thing to check out as far, and that's called Myst. The other really fun game that we are looking at was Adventure Up. So let's go check out that one.
Yes. Okay, adventure. This game is pretty epic. The like graphics are pretty insane. Pretty cool too.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
like look at this. Okay, we could take some ideas off of this loading screen right here. Look at this. That looks pretty sick. Where you're just like there, and then it's taking you through
Oh,
a
I like that
door.
entry.
You gotta pick who you are. Who should we be?
Let's pick.
Yellow?
Sure.
Okay, yellow boy. We're yellow boy. Oh, okay, done. Hey, bam! Look.
So then you pick your player and you get dropped in. Is there anything different happen if you pick different players in the beginning?
No, it's just like pick your character. And this game's really cool because like fireball.
Yeah, so I like the
Fireball.
different actions that you can do. It looks like you start off with a sword, and it looks like other people have certain weapons and swords and things on their back.
Yeah. And then you go into like this place over here, dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all right, dungeons. Blah, blah, blah.
So it gives you a little intro. Okay, now
Find a
you get to
match.
see the locked,
So-
unlocked.
Yeah, we're finding a match. Crystal Caverns, 2 out of 6 people. And then when a good amount of people join, we're gonna get sent. Yeah, we're going. And this is a really cool loading screen for Crystal Caverns.
So you're going into Crystal Caverns. Is this another world or is this another level?
This is just like a map where this is like the starter map.
Okay.
Where you go in here, you defeat guys, and bam! So you got your team. I press start.
I see. So they're inside of a tunnel and
We killing these miner guys. Get over.
okay. Yeah. This is really great. Like the graphics are really good in this game. For comparative to other. Oh, there's our timing. So that's great. That's a good walkthrough. Are you good if we kind of transition?
Sure.
All right.
Hello, Max GTM.
All right. Awesome. So let me just find my mouse. There we go. All right, cool. So these are 2 really great games for inspiration as far as like what we could potentially be doing. So I'm going to kind of, we already closed off that. And I'm going to grab my keyboard back. And we're going to go back over into Figma. All right. Fantastic. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So now that we have that, I think that helps kind of like break down that we're gonna need to be moving into another thing with when the player experience. What we're talking about, the player experience right now, everybody. If you're just joining, this player experience is going to need like kind of a multifaceted world. It's probably going to take us the majority of the time with the build. So if we do player experience.
Boom.
All right, and I'm going to bring these over into this world, and we're at 100% now. These are going to be like our references as we go through. And I'm just literally, Jude, going to be drawing wireframes.
Wow.
So a wireframe, if you haven't seen, a wireframe is a skeleton of the experience. It is not the final design. It helps us actually articulate what it is that we need to build. And it also helps us kind of understand the flow of everything. So sometimes you can just like, right now we could probably jump into like a workflow map. And if I was building a product, I'd probably have would have done that first. But I feel like right now we kind of need to make some progress on like the different worlds and events that we're going to need to do. And then we'll go back to refining that workflow map. And if you have questions about that, definitely let me know. But right now, I feel like when we first come into the game, we need to start kind of breaking out that experience. So
Definitely.
First, Jude agrees, first time experience. So let's just say, this little dot is our user and they're coming into the game. And the first thing that we want them to see is kind of like some sort of like a welcome screen.
Welcome.
Or loading. Welcome / like loading to excite the user or the gamer. I'll use gamer.
Gamer.
Welcome screen loading to excite the gamer. and to excite them and to
get them hyped up.
Introduce the narrative. One thing that I noticed that these other games didn't do, they didn't have any narrative, and that I feel like that was a big miss for both of those worlds because they were so adventurous and kind of exciting. There wasn't any.
Yeah, so like a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what like today when I was playing this with my friends, we were just like looking at it, and we were thinking about like what could make this game better, and we were thinking a storyline. This would make this game like 100 times better. Just a storyline. It would make you want to come back. It would be amazing. But no.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call that the narrative. And that's something. So you come in here and you experience that narrative. And you know what, Jude? I got this like fun little plugin for illustrations. So I know that these illustrations are not Roblox illustrations, but I'm just gonna drop in some fun little party scene, so we know that we're gonna need to create some form of narrative, and it will give us a little bit fun little experience to look at.
Yes.
All right. And then I'm gonna paint that white. So great. We have this quick little narrative. They come into the experience, and then right from here, maybe they watch a scene, like a scene, and potentially maybe that in those games that you've played, did you ever have like little click throughs where, so that's like say screen 1, Jude, or scene 1. Let's just call it scene 1. So they come in here in scene 2. They end up, there's maybe like an intro or a story, right? There's like a little image or like a graphic of some sort, and then another graphic. And then these little boxes that you're going to see here in a second, these are kind of like the script that, they would be reading on the screen maybe.
Scripting.
So if you ever have done a storyboard. Do you know what I'm talking? Oh, like in your anime. Where's that one book? Do we have that handy? Do you want to go grab on the kitchen table, Jude, the story, the technology book that's right a little bit further? Yeah, the comics, the comics that, I'm sorry, the book right there. Yeah. Bring that over.
You want the comic book.
All right, so we're gonna go into drawing mode real quick.
Okay.
I don't know why I couldn't think about this. So.
You are right.
Oh
Jude.
wow, I can't actually see. Oh, here we go.
GTM.
All right, so.
Is right.
Oh, did this live stream stop?
Yes. God, no. Oh God. Did it stop?
I'm not seeing. It looks like it might have froze.
That's.
Did it froze?
Yes, it did froze.
Where did it leave off? All right, we're just gonna keep going because I think it's still recording, but it's not really showing up that it recorded. So let me triple check here.